Hello, welcome. This is the first in a series of videos that I've created to help you get started with using the EPPIC DEM software. To begin with, I hope you've got Windows 64-bit, either version 7, 8 or 10. In the future I might make a release of EPPIC for Mac OS X or Linux, but at the moment I only have a Windows version. Secondly, I hope you have an NVIDIA GPU on your system. The easiest way to check this is just to right-click on the desktop. On the pop-up menu, find the NVIDIA control panel. If that's not there, you probably don't have an NVIDIA GPU. If it is there, then you select it, and down in the bottom left corner you've got system information, which will tell you about which GPU you've got installed in your system and which drivers you've got. Now the next step is to download the software. So open your browser, and we're going to go to simphysics.com.au. Find the tab for the EPPIC DEM and SPH software, select that, and then on the navigation panel you can go down to Download EPPIC and select that. On this page there are tables with links to the different versions of EPPIC that are available. There's freeware versions as well as licensed versions. We're just going to grab the latest release of the freeware version, 1.4.2 in this case. So click on that and that will download. And then further down the page we're going to go and find the example model folder as well to give us some examples to work with. Click on that and download that. Okay, you can close your browser. Now go to your normal downloads location and we'll unzip those files. And for now I'm just going to move them to my desktop. I don't have an installer for EPPIC, so you're just going to have to manage the installation of it yourself. The easiest way to do that is just to put it on your desktop. So I'll go into the EPPIC folder, and in here we've got epic-gui.exe. So we'll run the executable, and it'll bring up a information prompt, a question prompt regarding accepting the conditions for the freeware version. So we'll select yes to that. Now fairly quickly you can see we've got a panel up in the top left which is going to contain all of the data for creating the model. We've got a black panel in the top right which is our 3D viewer window for seeing what we're doing, and we've got a little messages panel down the bottom that the program will let us know what's going on at different stages. In this video we're just going to load one of the example models and check that it runs. So we'll go File, Open, we'll navigate to Desktop. We'll go into EPPIC Examples v1.4, and here is a list of example models, all in each in their own folder. We'll take the first model called Pile, and we'll open the text file called model.txt. That is the model description. You can see now that we're on the Particles tab, and we have a 3-sphere particle shown in the 3D viewer. If we go to the Geometries tab, we can see the geometry of the model. In this case we have a tray in a factory. Now it's a bit hard to see there, so I'll show you how to use the mouse to get a better view. So we'll zoom in by right-clicking and holding the button down and mouse down to zoom in, mouse up to zoom out. We'll rotate the model by left-clicking and holding the button down while we move the mouse, and we can pan the model by using the middle button, holding it down and moving the mouse like that. And I'll just zoom in a bit more. Now we'll move on to the Execution tab. Here we've got 3 steps to it. We've got initialization, execution, and then visualization. In the initialization panel we can select which GPU it's going to run on. In this case I only have one GPU available, and I'll hit the initialize button and we get some information come through in the little messages window at the bottom of the screen, and the final line there is model initialized. So that's ready to go. We'll hit Start Calculation, and you'll see now that every 0.02 of a second, which is the output interval, our viewer updates showing the particles getting created within their factory volume and raining down onto the tray. We can unselect the auto update and then it will not keep drawing the model in the render video every 0.02 of a second. This will help the calculation to proceed a little bit faster. You can always click on the manual update to get the recent view of it. Okay, that's it. I'll get rid of that. If you have any troubles running the EPPIC GUI.exe file, there's a chance you'll get a system message about missing nvcuda.dll. That means that you don't have the NVIDIA display drivers installed, probably because you don't even have an NVIDIA GPU. If you do get it to start, but you get a blank window, it's because it's not able to connect to the GPU to perform the OpenGL rendering of the viewer window. This sometimes happens when you have a laptop running multiple displays on a USB-C cable. The easiest solution is to disconnect the USB-C cable so the laptop renders everything on its native screen, and then it will use the NVIDIA GPU to do that. Okay, thank you very much, and please look out for the subsequent videos.